So I'm just waiting for people to join the stream. Yeah, okay, there's 7 of you. Okay, that's good. Cool, so let's get started in a moment. And we'll, oops, my computer's really slow because of the whole streaming thing. Okay, great. I'll get going now then. It's pretty late. I want to get to bed. So what's been happening? Chiliz is doing its thing. It's being pumped on Coinbase. Wow, this is really slow and laggy. 1 second. It's trying to push up, but Bitcoin's kind of suppressing it. I don't know if it's being pumped by whoever, but it's kind of like that and Scale. And what was the other one? Matic. All pumped 40% today. All on Coinbase, all pumped 40% today. So I don't think this will last. It might just drop down tomorrow. Retrace about the same amount again. It might go up, who knows. Okay, but what I'm interested in right now is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's kind of like teasing everyone at the moment. So if we look at the daily, actually before we do that, I just want to bring this up because TradingView actually blocked my idea for some reason, right? They said because I put a Twitter link in. I was linking back to something else I mentioned before. So you can see I published this on February the 25th when the price was about 49 and we were dropping down from 58 the last time. And I said, it'll probably do something like this. It will kind of jump up a little bit and then bounce down. Then we'll kind of have a progressive move up and then one last dump before a move up past 60. So just play that out. And you can see that it's uncanny, right? It's virtually followed the line I drew. So I hope it actually goes up from here, but if it manages to just follow this line, then I don't know what's going on. There's something going on. Someone's watching me, right? With a whale is watching this channel, like along with all 7 of you. So yeah, I mean that's what I thought it was going to do, is doing that. So there's 2 things that can happen from here. Either we go straight up now, or we're going to drop back down to about the 50 to just above 50k, maybe even down and touch 49, 48k before I move up. But either way, this is all bullish. So if you've got a position, just hold it. Don't bother selling or anything. Just hold on. And if you're long, great, we're going up. If you haven't got a position and it drops, buy. So this is all very, very bullish stuff going on. So I'm quite happy that it's following this. This is great. So back to the actual chart without all of that gubbins on it. Sorry, I need to quit some applications because this is really, really killing my computer. Yep. Sorry, this is really annoying me. So let's kill some of this. I've got about 3 screens here, so they've got a whole bunch of things full screen on the other windows, and there's about 15 apps running. Just need to kill it all. There we go. Might make things work a little bit quicker now. Right. Yeah. Right. So if we kind of like zoom back here, right, let's look at the amount of green candle. I mean, I've changed colors because you think people get too attached to green and red. It's too emotional. And when you kind of change them to these sort of weird neutral colors, they kind of lose that meaning. Anyway, so we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 upward moving candles, right? Positive momentum. I think we should see a few, like a move sideways for a short amount of time. So something like what's happening in this area here, around there. We might see it kind of move sideways like that, and then pop up. Or it could just go straight up from here. Either way, it's all bullish, right? So I'm quite happy with what Bitcoin's doing. And then the other one I was asked to look at in my group was Swipe, SXP. So if I zoom out of this a bit, you can see I drew a squiggly line some time back saying it'll do something like that, and it kind of has, right? It's kind of like gone up above it, it's dropped down below it, and then it's going to try and push back up again. And I think this is what we could expect. So something in like this, like we might see a small bounce down and then move up if Bitcoin goes up from here. But if Bitcoin just kind of stays moving sideways for a few days before it moves up, then I think this is going to pop off first, and then do a sort of a retrace. So holding this isn't too bad of an idea. I mean, it might go down about, well, 16%. So it depends how much conviction you've got in this. But when we zoom out a little bit, you can see it looks really good for a breakout, because if we go back to whenever this Binance listed it at some point in July 2020, you can see around here, around this area, it's kind of like it was acted as a support before, and it broke down, and then now it's tried it once, twice, third time, and then fourth time it's going to push through. So the next time it kind of hits this region that I've highlighted here, probably can't see it in the video, so I'll change the color of it for you to orange, make it nice bright orange as well. Yeah, that sort of zone there, right? The next time it's going to touch that zone, I think it's going to really push up, and then we're going to see it kind of push to at least 200%. I'm not sure if it's going to try and go for an all-time high from there. If I just get rid of these lines, I can't remember why they're like that, but let's start another one. We'll go, if we go here, yeah, all right. This, oops, it's pretty late, guys, sorry, half asleep. This could go actually about, well, actually that's asking too much of it. I think 170 to 220% if it kind of starts flying out of the gate. You know, if you want to like a crazy target, we could go for like 400% move, but I don't know if we'll get there. I think Bitcoin's probably going to do something before Swipe does. And yeah, so that's what's going on there. Let's have a quick look at the other markets. Yeah, stock markets. Look at that. That was crazy. I thought like, we could do this sort of like zigzag down movement, right? Actually, let me zoom out. You'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Maybe go to the monthly. So you can see this sort of like pattern. Well, I could see this sort of pattern forming, where it's doing, the stock market's been doing this since 2017, and you can see like there's clear sort of channels and a range that is kind of bouncing in between. So if it's going to kind of continue that pattern, we need to see it drop out, and when we see it drop out, it's going to establish a new sort of like triangle pattern channel. I don't even know what to call this pattern. It's just, I just drew a bunch of lines and I just thought, all right, okay, that looks nice and pretty. I could see something going on there, but it also shows me that it's kind of, there's increased volatility going on. So like you can see each time this sort of triangle gets bigger. So this triangle could kind of go all the way down there like that this time. So there's a lot going on there. So I would still keep an eye on the stock market, because this all-time high is all being driven by the stimulus, nothing else. So it can get a little bit dangerous. If we go back to, for example, over here in 2017, I just copy those bars across like that, and then move these bars across. We could see something like this forming, where it's going to pop up and just kind of really shoot up towards like, what is that, 3,000, 35,000, whatever, and then drop, but I don't know if that's going to be, I don't know if it's going to keep going, but it's just crazy times out there. And then the DXY, this is also like, it lost a little bit of strength today, so this could have been the fact that it's kind of tried to breach sort of like let's try to breach, well, let's try to go past here. Didn't even get to that point. Yeah, it's trying to get there, and it's kind of been rejected, but it might try push up again, which means Bitcoin will go down again. But if the DXY starts to kind of like go like that, then Bitcoin's going to just keep shooting up. So I need to keep an eye on that. And then finally, a question about whether the altcoin market is actually, let me check if anyone's been asking questions. No, nobody. There's only 6 of you anyway. It's nice and small. It's nice and small. Right. Okay. So let's get rid of that. Yeah. So the DXY, it looks like it could be just kind of just dropping down, like it's just going like that, then a bounce, and then down again. And this is just all bullish for Bitcoin. And so anyway, let's go back to the dominance chart. So you can see I've just done some of my own notes. Let's see what I've been writing. Yeah, so on a lower, I mean, this is sort of like a bit of unclear sort of movement. I've just thought that there's 2 ways this could go. So if I go down to daily time frame, just get that box to line up. Yeah, so I drew this kind of rectangle as like the sort of like, this is essentially like a no trade zone. This is like random coins are going to be bumping. It's not the whole altcoin market, and Bitcoin is not determining a real direction here. but it's kind of broke out of it. But even this box is not even, it's meaningless actually. It's just a way that I could try and understand like the noise that's going on. So this is not really based on any sort of technical data at all. It just looks nice. But having said that, I said whatever I've written here, I said yeah, so if it follows the orange line, then Bitcoin, if it goes up to 70k, dominance is going to go up to and try and test the 66% level, and then we might see it lose some ground then to the altcoins, and then when that happens, we're going to go and test the 57% level. That means that 20% range in Bitcoin is really going to push the alts much higher. If we actually lose ground here and we actually go down, then Bitcoin probably isn't going to go to 70k here. Probably wait till the middle of April and then go to 70k. So the altcoins could move now, but it looks like it's following the orange line up at this point, which is actually nice, because then if you've got a position in Bitcoin, you can just hold it. Then you can pick up a bunch of altcoins for cheap. Then the market will kind of shift around, capital rotate into the altcoins, and you'll make massive gains there. So you could compound them like that. Yeah, so that's it. Here's another coin that caught my eye recently. It's Moki on Binance Chain. Just gonna wait for this to load up. That one on 15-minute chart. Let's go 4 hours. So Moki is a DEX, which is built on top of, well, right now it's on Binance Smart Chain, and also Harmony One, which is also a Binance-backed project, and it's only got a 3 million market cap now. At some point when I sort of first started looking at it, it was around here. No, actually, yep, around there. It was about 2.5 cents per Moki, but I didn't know if this was just going to kind of peter out and do nothing, so I just didn't really touch it. But anyway, it's kind of like picked up a bit of traction. People are talking about it, and so this is obviously going to be a very volatile coin. We could see it kind of go like down like that. But equally, if we look at the previous record of all of these sort of Binance coins, this could also go pretty high. So and these grid lines are really annoying as well. Yeah, hang on, let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of these. Let's put a watermark on. Here we go. Thank you for bearing with me. Sorry about that. There we go. That's easier to see now. So it's kind of gone a bit parabolic. It's probably not sustainable. It's tried to go up to, like, look at that. It went up to, at some point, it went up to 30 cents today in the last 4 hours, sorry. And it's dropped back down to 20. But that's people just taking profits early on. You know, they probably don't think that this will go much higher, but you could put a fairly small amount on this. I mean, even like $100, right? It's cheap enough on Binance Chain. There's like, the fees are just a pittance, right? So you could just buy a little bit of BNB, put it on here, and then we're gonna probably, you know, like if we go pretty high, you could go to $10 from here. Why not? You know, Cake and Bake and all those other crazy coins have done it. It's still very low volume, very low market cap. So this just needs to go to like a 30 million, 50 million market cap, and then we're going to see this go like quite parabolic. Like rather than dealing with like cents. This will go up into dollars, like 3, 4, 5, maybe $10. So your $100 will be turned to like 5,000, 10,000 quite easily. I kind of like this one. Yeah, that's a nice little project there. I would get on that. Yeah, so I'm going to keep it short tonight. The other one is Radium. Let's wait for the screen to re-render. There we go. So I drew a squiggly line saying, this is only going up, up. But obviously things don't just go up, right? I mean, this could drop again, but it's for the past 3 days now, it's kind of moved sideways. It means that people are accumulating at this level. They feel a bit more confident in it. We could see it drop a little bit again. Let's go down to a lower time frame, 4 hours. Yeah, we could see it. If we look at the RSI down there, it might just range like that for a little while before it moves anywhere. But when this pops off, this has the potential to, in an altcoin run from $10 now, could go up to like 50, 60, maybe I've put there $130. It's not without, it's not out of the realm of possibility to do something like that. So I'm holding this. I'm not letting go. I think it's got potential, but I'm not wedded to it completely. If this starts to break down, I'll just empty my bags and I'll just move to something else. But I think that this has legs. I think we could see a move to about the $25 mark at least, and then if it keeps moving past that, then we're going to go towards 70. Maybe it might go up to about 100 and then drop back, because people like to think in round numbers. So yeah, Radium looks good. Yeah, I think that'll be it today. Unless anyone's got any questions, I'm gonna go. All right, hello Benny. If we have all positions, we're down on host to hodl for now. I'll take loss and trade back into BTC. Hodl. Bitcoin could pop up from here. It could go down from here, right? I think the hope that everyone has is that this is going straight up to 70. So, but if the dominance is anything to go by, it's a bit it's still undecided. Bitcoin's undecided, so we could see the altcoins pop off a little bit now. So if you have positions, and you might as well just hold them for the long term, as in like you only have to wait a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month or two, before the altcoins move back up. So don't worry about it. But things like, for example, Coty, I mean, that was just roaring. Everyone's like, oh, that's going up, it's going up, it's going up. It's dropped back down. These are buying opportunities. So rather than, I mean, if you're trading, you should always put a stop loss. But if you're holding for if you're investing in anything, then maybe just buy the dips, like load up more on the coin that you believe in. So if Bitcoin drops down, maybe buy a bit more of that. If the altcoins drop, to buy more of that. But right now they're looking, I mean, in terms of the bullish movement, they're not, right? So this squiggly line means nothing anymore. So we can I probably just move it. Move it down like that. I think that's probably a more realistic move from there. So it means that you could probably pick up for another 20% down from here. So anywhere within that range is good. No problem. Sorry, it's not a very committed answer either. But look, if you look at things like DOT, which is one of the most promising projects out there, one that people really believe in. I mean, if you went down to 4 hour here, you could see that the momentum's kind of going down, but this is a buying opportunity. People are kind of dumping these, but this is great. I mean, DOT is a really good project, and you probably want to pick up more of it. Same with Kusama, sister project, right? Oh, look at that. What did I do there? I look at so many of these things and I forget about them, right? Yeah, well, apparently I thought it was going to do that, and it kind of is. So Kusama apparently is going to do 100%, but let's see. Another one I like is Luna. So this again, it's not retraced too badly considering Bitcoin's move, you know, and this is quite a nice. It's quite a nice retrace. Like if you would have bought in here at that level, you'd be up there. And in fact, this is in the wrong position. This should be down here. So there's plenty of coins that got lots of promise. So look, if a coin's going to go down, for example, let's say you're in Luna, right, and it's down 20% and it goes down another 20%, that's a buying opportunity to get in because it's a very bullish coin. The same with DOT, the same with Kusama. And then if you look at Ethereum, Ethereum, like they've got a bit of drama going on right now because they've pushed through the EIP 1559, which is the gas fees thing, but the miners are not happy, and it doesn't solve the fee problem at the moment anyway. It's still there, but this is a good opportunity to load up on some more ETH, because ETH is just it's the biggest chain out there. Loads of it's not going anywhere. Like all this stuff like Ethereum killers, they're a dime a dozen, right? They're not going to kill it anytime soon. This is not a dead project. This is just, it's not a very pretty chart to trade against, but it's just upwards. So I mean, if you wanted to stretch it a little bit, and you like things like head and shoulders patterns, I'm never good at drawing these, so I think we go head, yeah, so that you could say that's like a head and shoulders. Whoops, come off it. You could say that that's head and shoulder pattern, but even that is garbage. That's not really a head and shoulder pattern. It means that it might drop down lower, but I think it will just touch this channel if it does, and you just load up more and it's going to go up. Very bullish on that. So I would just say buy the alt dips. Don't be dumping your bags, unless if you're only slightly under, you might, yeah, it doesn't hurt to have a holding Bitcoin. I mean, you could never really go wrong. But if you're quite a bit down, then just hold on. It will turn around. You might feel a little bit of pain in the meanwhile, though. Yeah, but it looks like altcoins are gonna move up. Or some of them. Well, it's gonna be select ones. But all eyes on Bitcoin at this moment in time. Yeah, so look at that. It's gone down to 57k, 57.748. It's just under. I reckon it's going to drop down and move sideways for the next few days. I think it probably will do it next week, not this week. But if it does do it this week, then wow, that's, it's just waiting for no man. There you go. All right, I waffled too much. Good night, people. I will see you next time.